Ladies and gentlemen, on the Paco Arespacochaga podcast, live here at Paco's Place, Mr. Robert Shroder.
Hi, Paco. Good evening. It's good to be here.
My goodness. Oh my God. How old were you? Baby.
Yeah, since I was a child, of course, but pero walang formal education. Just, the good thing is let the child listen to good music, and don't force the child to do anything. Just keep the music playing while the child is playing or doing anything.
Right.
And especially the music of Mozart, it's a good therapy for children. So for parents, just keep playing music for your child to listen while they're playing and all that. And then time will come that if there was like interest, and they will get serious about it.
Is that what happened to you?
That's what happened to me. So they were advanced already, and parang, wow, I was like left behind, right? And my grandfather told me that, because I told my grandfather, I would like to take lessons again. And my grandfather told me, you have a good ear.
Okay.
You have good ears. And, that's really good.
Yeah.
But if you want to be a good musician, you have to learn both.
Yes.
You have to have good ears, and you have to learn how to read music. It's very, very important. Some people can read music very well, but their ears, they cannot play by ear.
Yeah.
They just depend on the music. When there's no music, they cannot play anymore.
Correct.
But you have that, you have that talent of having good ears. So keep it up. But you have to learn how to read music, because this is very important. If you want to be a musician, if you want to be a musician, you have to learn how to read music.
Yes.
Good. You have to be this way when you play like this. When he's playing like that, you will catch his melody. It's not like there's always a connection.
Yes.
When there's a rest in music doesn't mean rest, don't play. It means rest, you continue to play without sound.
Yes.
But you don't detach to the music.
I hope people pick that up if you're a musician listening to this, because that's a very valuable lesson, di ba? Kahit saan yung silence is part of the music.
Exactly. That's the most important.
Yes.
One of the most important part of music is the silence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anticipation yun eh.
Exactly. And even my musicians, I always tell them, when you have a rest, don't stop playing. Just don't make sound.
Uh-huh.
But you're still within the music.
Yeah.
Don't detach.
Yes.
Right? The focus continue to be the same.
Para pagdating ng part mo, seamless pumapasok ka na.
Because somebody is playing the melody or part that you will pick up.
Yeah.
It's a continuation. That's how it is.
Yeah.
That's the continuation of the circle, right? But if you stop playing, there will be a millisecond, there will be a gap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, from the first minute we recorded this podcast up to now, talagang nilatag na yung daan para sa inyo eh.
Exactly.
No?
And I believe that. Kaya, I encourage. I am not a religious person, but I consider myself spiritual.
Spiritual, yeah.
I always talk to him, I always pray, and that really matters a lot.
Yes.
And that, he will always find the way for you. There's some blockage sometimes, there's some rough road sometimes, but there's always a path that will clear the way.
Galing.
Yeah. And I teach them how to transpose by sight. By sight. Like if you're a flute, you read an alto saxophone piece, you just read it like bass clef and then transpose the key. Those kind of things. So because I would like the kids to learn to be very flexible musicians.
Right.
Because I always tell them, you'll never know what you're gonna get out there. You have to be prepared for that phone call of your lifetime. You cannot say that, this is the only thing I know. This is the only thing I want to know.
You have to be prepared when that phone rings.
Because you will never know.
Yeah.
And sometimes that phone call is not your comfort zone. And you have to adjust quickly. Yes, I'll do that. I can learn how to do that.
How many times a week do you guys rehearse?
Once a week.
That's it?
Yeah. In every concert, we will rehearse probably, specific for that concert, mga 4 to 5 times.
That's professional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the expectation. Kaya, di ba? If you want to join, this is what it is. This is what we do.
Galing, no?
And it's not something that I don't care if you're the best, but this is a matter of how you work on your piece.
Work ethic talaga.
Work ethic talaga. Yeah. Kasi yung di ba, first flutist ako, first line, It doesn't matter. Your role doesn't matter. It's how you play your role that
And then
matters.
and being part of the whole, yung my God, no, talagang pag narinig mo yung isang buong orchestra, kinikilabutan ako every time.
Yeah.
Would you encourage a young child to be exposed to pop music first or to orchestral music first? Or what would the route be? There are parents listening and I'm pretty sure may mga proteges silang mga anak na.
Yeah, it really depends on the available exposure for the child, right? In my case, I was first trained classically.
Yes.
And then later time, the pop music, the jazz music. But all day, all night at home, we listened to both classical, pop music, jazz music, and standards. Yeah, so that was my exposure. So a lot of songs, a lot of standard songs, I don't know the title, but when I hear,
oh wow,
I know that. I've been listening to this since childhood, things like that. But really is for parents, for children, it is really important to get their children, if they are interested in music, to engage in a well classically trained instructor in rudiments of music, because that's the basic, that's a good foundation for the child.
Right.
And then later on, because if you play classical and then you're flexible enough to like to play pop or jazz, that comes easier. But very important is the classical background, because that's where you're going to learn to be a good reader, sight reader, and all
that's
that.
True.
Ear training is very important also. And then another important thing is, I experienced this before when I used to teach children. Parents, don't force your children to learn music. Not all children really have their interest, or sometimes they will have their interest at a later time. Like me, I would like to learn, but I don't want to learn how to read music. To me, it was boring back then. But once,
eventually,
when I changed my paradigm and said, I'll be serious now, right? Because my friends, they're all advanced and I was left behind. So things like that. The worst thing is to force a child to learn something. Have respect to your children. Because if they're interested, you don't have to ask them. They will ask you for them to learn.